the faith, but I lost it. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. But I'm here now. I'm a little bit late from the reroute. A couple quarters on my eyes, can you see now? And I feel just fine. 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 Days keep flying, but that's on me. I'm so sick of wasting time. Can't you see I'm on the line? I keep trying to find my wits, and when I don't, I ain't never coming down. I ain't never coming down. Big checks, I bought the whole block out, now that's a big flex. Peeping out my Uber window, like what's next? Got new levels and new devils out the wazoo. Ain't no worries, life gets better when you find you. And if you mind you, peace will abide and hide you until it's time to start anew. So live it up, we grown, ain't got no curfew. You brought the bad vibes, tell that bitch move. Walking all in my inner, that's a bitch move. Press that I arrive, night that I survive. All your sad attempts to send me to the sky. But I've been in the wind, been had wings, I was always this fly. Oh yes, and that's probably why you're mad. Don't let Evie turn you into a trash bag. So get glad, find out why you sad. All that jealousy, you should subside. I think it's time to turn that mirror on you. Put it up close for a clear view. And look deep down inside. And soon you will find a pretty soul that needs more shine. My world has come together. And maybe I just wanna let it shine. There is no good or better. I think tonight I'm gonna make it mine. 1, 2, mean right hook. Come and test me, my mom deep will have you shook. It's a marathon, but baby girl, never let up. No need for speed, but keep your foot up on the gas pedal. Ain't worried about having a golden award when God made me to be an ice cold meadow. Why are you always pressed about my life? Talking with your frenemies about me, saying, ooh girl, have you seen it like the shy lights? You tried, but you could never dim my light. Please know I'm untouchable, girl. I'll slip through your fingers like a real fly kite. Why you wanna turn a good day into fight night? Constantly projecting all that negativity. Take that bad energy and go and get your mind right. Say a prayer tonight to keep it so tight. You in the big world of danger, cause you dwell in that drama. I put the work in, now I got the big bags that you call Birkins. My world has come together. And maybe I just wanna let it shine. There is no good or better. I think tonight I'm gonna make it mine. My world has come together. And maybe I just wanna let it shine.
really, really want you to show all your colors to the light so we can grow. There ain't no understanding that we can go. We can work it out. If you're lost in the blue, just tell me what you to open it down. The love and some more. That's right. Higher pound, but us together. That angel, you're the deepest part of my heart. Oh, you said it. Let us climb and reach the stars. Ooh, ooh. If you're lost in the blue, just tell me what you to open it down. Love us some more. If you found on the line, show me the right path to walk on, to open our hearts. If you're lost in the blue, just tell me what you to open the door. Love us some more. If you found on the line, show me the right path to walk on, to open our hearts.
이젠 더는 숨지 않아. 너와 나는 느껴. 너와 나 말이야. 속삭이는 내 손안와. 비밀이 안가. 더는 듣지 않아. 헤어지려 그만 좀 놔둬. 나 그만하려는 거랬잖아. 진실한 사랑 네가 알겠어. 그 사랑을 우리 보여주자. 단 하나 너야. 단지 너뿐이야. 날 포기 못해. 여기 진심뿐인 내 세상을 날 포기 못해. 날 나를 데려가. 다 필요 없어. 난 진심뿐이야. 그냥 행운이란 어떤 햇살 그 속에 너란 빛이 비쳐.
Hello? Is this thing on? It is on! Mabuhay and welcome to the Tacoma Community House. Hope Lives Here 113th annual luncheon. Let's give each other a round of applause for being a part of an incredible, phenomenal legacy of hope in our communities right here in Tacoma. My name is Mary Chris Castro. I'm proud to serve as a commissioner on the City of Tacoma, Commissioner for Immigrant and Refugee Affairs right here in our city. And I am so honored to be here today. Welcome to Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center's annual luncheon, Hope Lives Here. We would like to begin our program by acknowledging that we are on the traditional homelands of the Puyallup tribe, followed by an invocation by Rabbi Karen Gorvin. Everyone, let's give them a big round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to be here on this day, on this beautiful day. I'd like to start off by just giving a small traditional welcome. Dwal Gwalapu Si'ab de Ishad, Patricia Gonzalez Montañez Seedsta, Hoth Labdebuthlid, Spoyalip Obs Chud. I also want to pay tribute to the other side of my heritage and give one to you in my father's language. Mi nombre es Patricia González Montañez. Soy del tribu del Puyallup tribe. Today I wanted to come here. I was asked to come here. It's an honor to be here. I've brought my mother and her husband, my stepfather, with me to offer a prayer. We would like to acknowledge all of our ancestors that are remembered by this soil, by this water, by this Mother Earth that we have the blessing to be on today. With that being said, I would like to express that we are very prayerful people. We are prayerful warriors. And the way that our family does that is through our traditional songs and dances. And with that, I would like to offer up this song for your work today. May it be easy. May you be lifted, full, and have everything you need to get through all the work that you have to do today. And I want to raise my hands to everybody who is fighting, because our people are still fighting for our lands, for our rights, for our traditions, just to be who we are, just to be in this space. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to take a moment. In our traditions, you always explain a song when you sing it. That was Fighting Through the Fog. Singing Through the Fog, from Jeremy Miller and Albert Combs. And that song, we wanted to sing that for you today because in a gist of it, it's the warriors fighting through the fog to find each other. And from what we've heard, you guys have a lot of work where you're trying to help people who are trying to find their way. So we wanted to leave that blessing with you here today. And thank you very much for all of you to be here and for allowing us to bless this territory and to honor our ancestors in this way. Thank you. Koyofchuk.
All right, that was so lovely. And as we are getting set up, we would like to have our invocation come on stage. We would love to have, oh, there she is. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rabbi Karen Gorbin. I'm the new rabbi at Temple Bethel on 12th Street, South 12th Street, and it is my pleasure to share a little bit of Torah, a little bit of teaching with you as part of this invocation. This week in our Torah reading cycle, we read a section each week to fill the year. We are reading a portion called Kiddushim. Kiddushim means holiness. We are instructed in Kiddushim to live our lives with holiness, to be holy. But we are not commanded to be holy just because God said so. We are commanded to be holy because each of us has the spark of the divine within us. We each have a special, distinct role in our community and in the world, a piece of the responsibility to make our world the safe, peaceful home it can be for each and every one of us. As part of being holy, we are also commanded to welcome the stranger, to love each one as ourselves, for we were strangers. And the truth is, each one of us knows the experience of being a stranger, whether we've had to leave everything we've known behind to start a new life somewhere, whether we've moved to a new place for opportunity, started at a new school or a new job, or just walked into a room where we don't know everyone. That would probably be most of you here this afternoon. We have all been strangers, and we know how hard that is. So this afternoon, I pray that we remember what it feels like to be a stranger, and to use that empathy to ensure that no one feels estranged when they enter into our community. May we take our unique roles, the holiness and divinity that fills our own lives, and use that to draw out the spark of the divine in each and every person in our community. And may we help to raise each other up so that we can fill our community with the holiness that will bring us all blessing and peace. And together we say, Amen.
Wow, I feel so blessed, just those first two rounds. Can we give them another round of applause? Wasn't that so beautiful? Walking in holiness and feeling that even if you are a stranger, you are called to be in that space. And what a beautiful message from our beautiful Native American leaders about fighting through the fog and what we're going through. Once again, we are here and we are welcome to Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center's annual luncheon. It has been such an honor to be here with you all, and I wanted to give a short message about what it means for me for hope to live here. To me, even when we are overburdened, feeling stuck, or carrying heaviness in our hearts, hope is there. Hope lives here if we choose it. Hope is the courage to hold on to faith, no matter what that may be, to cling to the good, and cherish joy despite our suffering. Hope, for me, is knowing things will get better because of the unstoppable love of our good God who has made a way for us. He is a way maker, and He is my hope, and He is why, God is why, Jesus is why, I believe that hope lives here in our city and with among each of us and in peace. Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center would also like to thank and acknowledge all of our generous sponsors, beginning with our signature sponsors, Amazon and AmeriGroup. We'd like to give them a big round of applause. And I'd also like to invite Dean Alsop from Amazon, followed by Plan President Anthony Woods of AmeriGroup, to the podium to share why Amazon and AmeriGroup choose to partner with TCH, with agencies like Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Dean Alsop, and I lead our community engagement efforts here in Pierce County for Amazon. It is wonderful to see so many of you here to celebrate the hard work of Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center. We were watching with heavy hearts as the invasion of Ukraine happened, and immediately we got to work on supporting our partners and nonprofits in the region. Since the invasion, we have donated more than $45 million in financial support, products, and cloud computing credits to nonprofits working on the ground. Just 10 days after Russia invaded Ukraine, Amazon set up 2 humanitarian aid hubs in Poland and Slovakia. These hubs continue to ship essential products such as medical equipment and school supplies to help our refugees. In July, the Ukrainian government awarded Amazon Web Services the Ukraine Peace Prize for helping the country, including by keeping vital government services operating and helping to assist the country in preserving its digital history. Yes, thank you. We're very proud of that. We know that the recovery from the war will take many years, and we are committed to continuing to assist the NGOs, our employees, and our government partners to support the relief efforts. As we strive to be Earth's best employer, we've created the Welcome Door program, which is a new initiative that provides extra resources to current refugee and humanitarian-based immigrant employees in the US, and a commitment to hire 5,000 refugees by the end of 2024. Yes, thank you, thank you. So I want to say Amazon is proud to sponsor this event because we believe in the values of Tacoma Community House and the, over 100 years of work that the organization has been doing in the region. I want to end by thanking my wonderful Amazonians for joining me here tonight. And I hope that you will join me in supporting this wonderful organization this afternoon. And with that, I'll end with the 2 most important words of my speech: go Kraken.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's bright. I'd like to open up by, I'd like to thank the brothers and sisters that offered their song earlier. I'd like to thank my creator today. It's such a beautiful day. And for being together here in this space, we all have life right now. So I'm just thankful for that. I ask Creator to just bless each and one of you, your heart, your mind, and me, because it's my first time speaking in front of a bunch of people. So, bless the hands that made this food, and for all the waiters that are checking in on us. Thank you. So, I stand here representing AmeriGroup. We're a proud sponsor of Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center. We go back to 2016 from sponsoring annual luncheons to being recognized as top supporter for their Reach for College 5K. And that's an effort to promote post-secondary education opportunities for youth and young adults in the community. And that's a throwback in working with the former director, Nick. I don't know where Nick went, but Nick, if you're here, we're at table 5, come say hi. So a little bit about AmeriGroup. We're an Apple Health plan offered by the state to Medicaid individuals. Typically, health insurance is focused on basic medical-related expenses, and AmeriGroup, we're kind of like a pioneer in taking that with a little spin and addressing the social determinants of health. So, do you need your GED testing fees paid for? We got you. You know, your eyeglasses, you need help with that? We got you. You need to take your kids. Like if you need to be at work, your kids, you need to pick them up or whatever, we got them with the Boys and Girls Club membership. Let's see. So as of 2 years ago, we started offering free Costco memberships to our families. Also a $50 transportation card, so that's an option of a gas card, a Uber Lyft card, or for those in King County, they get that Orca card option. And for our members transitioning from incarceration, we help them with a laptop and a one-time $300 voucher for internet-related expenses if they're wanting to go back to school or look for employment. We have benefits for kids, adults, pregnant members, like everybody basically, we're coming in hot, just like we came in hot as one of today's signature sponsors. I'm Natalie Renteria. I'm AmeriGroup's Pierce County Community Relations Representative. I go around and build connections with community-based organizations, faith-based organizations. I'm also at like the little summer events or whatever with my little table. So say hi to me sometime. So yeah, I just go around and see what's the need of the community. So I'm from the East Side. Anybody here from the East Side? Hey, East Side. My boss is like, oh gosh, no. Here we go. So I'm not from Parkland, so I'm gonna go to Parkland. I'm gonna see what's up with Parkland. I'm gonna go to Tillicum. How can we help you? So that's basically what I do for the community. So my little story here with Reach Center and Tacoma Community House, my parents would get their resources at Tacoma Community House. I think that's how my mom got naturalized as a citizen. And then my brother and I got our first summer jobs at Reach. At 16, I learned how to build a crispy, clean resume. And I learned interview skills, and I took that so serious that, I dressed up, I sat up straight, and this was just an interview for the local farmer's market. But it's because that's how Reach taught me. They're like, be like this, be like that, this is what employers like to see. So that's how I delivered. Let's see. Yeah, I went overboard. My favorite part, though, was picking up my paycheck at TCH when they had the little portables. Yeah. So I also participated in Reach's mentorship program, where I learned goal setting, how to create goals, how to implement them, how to execute them. And this opened a special opportunity for me. I had a goal of getting into martial arts, and through my mentor, he was able to get me into traditional Okinawan karate. So I just want, when you pull out your wallets today to donate, I want you all to think about, yes, you're funding a program, but that program opens so many other opportunities, just like that karate thing did for me. My mentor did that for me. So unfortunately, my dad filed for bankruptcy. We lost our home. We moved out to rural Spanaway out by Bethel High School, like deep Spanaway. I became homeless for a bit trying to finish high school. I dropped out many times. But oh my gosh. I can't do this, hold on. So, I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna let it happen. So when I managed to get myself back on my feet, I just whooped up a dose of ambition, thank you. And I dusted off those skills that I learned at the Reach Center, and I applied everywhere. And I finally got a job at a accounting office. So I kept moving forward. I didn't want to be staying in that situation. So I just want to thank the Reach Center, because now I'm in a position where I'm able to give back to the community through my job, through AmeriGroup, to those organizations that helped my family when we were in need. So I just conclude, thank you, Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center, for positively impacting my life. Thank you.
standing ovation as there should be. Let's give her another round of applause, everyone. That was phenomenal. The amount of courage that you showed on this stage to be vulnerable and to show the weight of impact that happens when you do give. You are investing not just in a program, you are investing in our children and in their lives forever. And now look, she's able to impact even more. So thank you so much for that incredible story and your incredible show of courage and vulnerability. That's not easy. So thank you so much. And that was your first time standing in front of a group of people? Oh my gosh. That was incredible. So, in addition to the Amazon and Amera Group, thank you so much for speaking. We want to also thank our signature sponsors and highlight the support of our legacy sponsors, Molina Healthcare, Tacoma Public Utilities. Yep, Molina Healthcare, I see you. Tacoma Public Utilities, Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, as well as, thank you on the front line, as well as our champion and game changer sponsors listed on the screens behind me. So thank you so much, everyone. And lastly, but certainly not least, we want to thank our community and supporter level sponsors listed right there in front of you on your programs on the table. So thank you so much again. These kinds of events that bring together incredible leaders in our community to network, but also to show a stand of solidarity for these incredible programs that are really making an impact right here in our communities. It's phenomenal. This is our first in-person program since 2019, and look at us. The room is filled with more than 600 guests already to connect and learn. Among all of us, we have a number of elected officials, so please stand as I call your names. Councilmember Joe Bushnell, Councilmember Christina Walker, Councilmember Jenny Hitchen, Councilmember Kiara Daniels, Councilmember Olga Diaz, and Councilmember Linda Farmer. We also have commissioners, Commissioner Rosie Ayala and Port of Tacoma Commissioner Kristen Eng. And the Honorable Tatasha Davis, everyone. And Pierce County District Representative Courtney Akoff is in the house. And wow, State Representative Lori Jenkins, thank you so much for being here and being with our community. As you checked into the venue this afternoon, you should have also received a raffle ticket. So please pull those tickets out as we raffle off some exciting prizes donated by wonderful businesses in and around Tacoma. So I'm gonna set this here while I get that. There's raffle tickets in here. We're gonna draw two. Three, 9, 1, 9, 3, 8, 8. Any takers? Again, it's 3, 9, 1, 9, 3, 8, 8. Woo! All right. We'll just have you stand and we'll have someone deliver your prize too. And then we have another one, 3, 9, 1, 9, 3, 8, 7. Right there, awesome, wonderful. All right, we're gonna get your prizes. Wow, you're right next to each other, that's cool. All right, so as we get those prizes to you, I wanna take this moment to welcome our next speaker. Next, I would like to introduce Manny Santiago, Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center's board president, who also holds the title of Executive Director of the Washington State LGBTQ Commission. Manny, welcome to the stage.
Ooh, the lights. It's been a while since I had to stand in front of so many people to say anything, but thank you so much for being here. Gracias, buenas tardes. Thank you, Mary Chris, for being here and for leading us today. And thank you to each and every one of you who made space in your calendar today to share with us after a couple of years of not being able to be in person. Now we are finally back in person, seeing our faces, seeing your faces and enjoying each other's company. It's so good to be here with each and every one of you. So to each and every one of you, gracias, gracias. Thank you so much for being here. Excuse me. You see, changes and transitions in any organization can be challenging and honestly, sometimes even intimidating. Nevertheless, changes and transitions offer hope for a new, bright, and transformative future. When the board of directors of TCH and REACH, and under the leadership of my predecessor as president of the board, Vivian Nguyen, embarked on a process to identify the right person to lead our agency, there was full board participation as well as community participation throughout the whole process, and especially during the last stages of the selection process. One of the key responsibilities of a board is supporting and welcoming our next executive director with earnest. The success of our clients, our community partnerships, and our staff at TCH and REACH is tied to our collective support for our executive leader and her team. And I say the TCH and REACH Centers Board found the right person for this role at the right time. And as a passionate advocate of immigrants and human rights at both the personal and professional level, along with her extensive background in partnership development, access to healthcare, housing, and education, she also serves on the board of directors of Southwest Youth and Family Services, brings a proven record of success with program growth, as well as experience in leading diversity, equity, inclusion, justice, and belonging strategies and policies. So please join me in welcoming as our new executive director, Amy Q. And we're so excited to have her.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes, xin chao, kak bang. And thank you for being here for our first annual luncheon in several years. It is so great to be in person and so great to be able to see everyone below the eyes. You guys all have beautiful smiles. Who would have guessed? How many of us are actually wearing lipstick for the first time in several years? Right here, I bought new lipstick. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to come together, celebrate with one another, and to celebrate this incredible organization, Tacoma Community House and the REACH Center. I am honored and delighted to serve as the new executive director, and I'm grateful for the leaders that have come before me. As many people have said, I have big shoes to follow. They have provided steadfast and exemplary leadership, and two of them are here with us today. So I'm going to invite Liz Dunbar and Jason Scales to please stand and be recognized. For those who don't know, Liz led the organization for a decade. And through a capital campaign that has created the beautiful space to which we enjoy today. Liz, I am grateful for you every day, and I am especially grateful not to have had to run a multi-million-dollar capital campaign that I now get the pleasure to enjoy day after day. Thank you. Thank you for your steadfast leadership. Mr. Jason Scales, who has served in literally every role in Tacoma Community House, starting with being an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer and serving most recently as our interim executive director. Jason, I can't see you. I hope you're here. Okay, Jason, thank you. I want to say, yes, thank you. Jason is now the executive director of LASA, and we could not be more excited for him. Thank you, Liz and Jason, for the years of service that you've provided and for paving the way for impact for so many people across our state. And as with so many here in the room, you are my teachers. I am only 4 months into my role, and I figure I get the newbie card for 5 or 6 years. So you can expect my calls for counsel and advice. I am your student, and I want to recognize the tremendous impact that so many people in this room have had on this organization. So I want to start with, for those who are staff of Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center, please stand. I am in awe of this group day in and day out. Thank you. Please stay standing, please, because you're going to be standing with some others. If you have been on the board, if you have served on the board, if you currently serve on the board, if you were a former staff member, and if you have been a donor, please also stand, and all of our volunteers. I know there's more of you out there. I talked with you this morning. Thank you. The reach of Tacoma Community House and Reach is remarkable. It is incredible to see the impact of this organization. And I will tell you, there is not an institution or community throughout Tacoma that has not been impacted by Tacoma Community House through the years. It is remarkable and humbling. So hope lives here. This hope that lives here is what inspired me to come to Tacoma Community House. You can ask my husband, Ku, who's with us today. From the moment that I learned about Tacoma Community House, I could not stop talking about what I learned. And here I am, 6 months later, and I keep talking about Tacoma Community House. So thank you for your patience, Ku. But there's a reason for that, because I've discovered a hope that is so deep and so transformative that I come home renewed day in and day out. It is a kind of hope that is grounded in solutions that work. It's the kind of hope that partners with our clients through their pains, through the barriers, to help them one step at a time, to support them where they need support the most. It's the kind of hope that stands next to you and pulls you out of a rut when you might not see the light or know the way out. As Heather from Reach has coined, you have to stand, Heather. As Heather from Reach has coined, we are hope dealers, in which our staff provides the tools, pathways, in-class instruction, and support to employment, citizenship, belonging, and housing, the most critical necessities for thriving in our communities. For so many of our staff and program participants, it is that hope that wakes us up in the morning. For new arrivals that arrive in our country, the hope and prayer might be, I hope I'll be safe. I hope I can start over. I hope I will be accepted. I hope that I'll be able to speak English well enough and be understood in my new job. For our Reach participants, it might be that that hope is for safe housing, to have somewhere to go that night. It might be to become a better provider for your family. Hope to achieve that which might feel impossible and TCH makes attainable. A hope rooted in action and for which our staff removes every barrier that our clients face, partnering with them shoulder to shoulder, listening to their hopes and dreams, and helping them make that a reality. For our homeless youth unable to access housing, I would like our Reach team to stand and be recognized. Please, Reach, stand. Wearing and sporting our amazing shirts. As you will see on some of our shirts, they are all in to end homeless youth, because there should be no such thing as homeless youth. For our education team, I know you are humble, but if you will stand and be recognized, I would be most grateful. Our education team literally has the best teachers in the world right here. Straight quotes from our students, I will tell you. This is what I was told when I volunteered at Talk Time. I took down some quotes, and they said, "The best teachers in the world are right here. Being here feels like home. I love coming here. People here have treated me so kind. I wish everyone had a TCH. Thank you for helping us. It has been so hard to leave Ukraine, but teacher Christian makes me laugh and feel better. I arrived in this new country without understanding anything, and now I can talk to everyone. I'm proud of how much I've learned. I didn't think it was possible. The people of Tacoma have made me feel so welcome. You should all be very proud in what you've invested in. So thank you to our entire education team. To our employment team, please stand and be recognized. If you need a job, support to employment, building a resume, Misha, Tiffany, Natalie, and Mary will be there with you in a heartbeat. And our legal team, if you need immigration assistance and client advocacy, also please stand and recognize. Thank you. Our legal team will work with you every step of the way. Citizenship is life-changing. The rights of this country are not fully recognized unless you are a citizen, and that is what our team does. 2 weeks ago, our team hosted Citizenship Day, in partnership with One America. Clients showed up at 2 a.m. When I arrived at 9 a.m., there was a line of 50 people outside our doors waiting to be screened for application. Over 65 people were supported to start the process to become citizens of the United States last week. Hope doesn't just live here, hope thrives here. Hope awakens here. It is a hope that paves the way to actualize and realize your dreams. My passion for social services, and especially for immigrants and refugees, stems from my own family's journey. My father arrived from Vietnam as a refugee in 1968, and I am keenly aware of the opportunities that have been afforded to me merely because of my blue passport. As I started this role, I couldn't help but reach out to the couple, Steve and Becky, who originally sponsored my family when they arrived in the United States. My father, here with us today, he arrived with his 2 brothers and his father, 4 men, 4 young men. And I reached out to our sponsoring family, and I asked them, what inspired them to host 4 men from Vietnam? They had 3 children. Everyone wants to help women and children. But what inspired them to take 4 men into their home? They responded, they didn't even think twice about it. It was just what they felt called to do. What Steve and Becky didn't know was that my father had just lost his mother, his 2 sisters, and 2 little brothers at sea as they made their way from a refugee camp in Malaysia. My family had been separated into 2 boats, one with the women and children, the other with the 4 men. And my grandmother's boat was lost at sea. This is the only picture that we have of my grandma. The prior picture is the only picture that we have of our family. My grandmother, businesswoman and philanthropist extraordinaire and matchmaker, as I've come to learn, was the rock in our family. And arriving to the United States without her left my family without the support that they so critically needed at that time. And so, Steve and Becky filled a void that they could have never anticipated or known that they were called to fill. This next picture is a picture of Steve, who was the host father, and a picture of my grandfather. I saw this picture for the first time this week. My grandfather would be so delighted to see all of you here today and know what his journey has impacted. This next picture is a precious picture that I also received just this past week. And it is my father's first Christmas in 1978. And these are the 3 boys that they lived with when they arrived in the United States. Extraordinary. My own personal dream has always been to continue to serve those who arrive at our borders, to ensure that they have a safe place, to ensure that they have an advocate, that they have the support that they need to thrive. And that is what TCH and our staff do so extraordinarily well, day in and day out. It is exceptional, thank you. It is exceptional. It is the type of hope that our world needs now more than ever. And now, to share in more detail, I invite you to hear from our staff and clients. It is not easy to share your story. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you to so many who are sharing their stories from our staff. This video further describes the hope and the impact that our staff make in our communities each and every day. Thank you.
Genuine native speakers.
Founded in 1910 as an immigrant settler house in Tacoma's Hilltop neighborhood, Tacoma Community House remains a champion of social justice and a beacon of hope. Annually, we serve approximately 3,200 low-income clients from over 120 different countries. Hi, I'm Amy Koo, Executive Director of Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center. Our programs center on removing barriers for those most vulnerable to thrive. We support immigrants, refugees, homeless youth, and other community members of the Puget Sound region through our legal, housing, education, advocacy, and employment services, providing wraparound and critical services all under one roof. Serving immigrants and refugees remains central to Tacoma Community House. We provide 6 levels of English courses, meeting students where they are at and moving them along to progress in their journey. Our legal department is accredited by the Department of Justice. We help clients with citizenship, readiness, naturalization services, including green cards, visas, petitions, DACA renewals, and work authorizations, serving immigrants, refugees, and victims of crime. The employment team serves all, preparing program recipients with employment readiness and connecting them directly with employers. I welcome you to Tacoma Community House, and I invite you to join us in our commitment to serving our communities.
At its core, Talk Time is just what it sounds like. It's a simple activity that's very meaningful and rewarding, both for students and for the volunteers. So we get volunteers from the community and staff members outside of the education department to come in individually and meet with small groups of students and just have friendly and genuine conversations in an atmosphere where the students know that they're not under pressure to perform. And I always tell people, the volunteers as they come in, that it's going to be the best thing that they do all day. And nobody's ever told me I was wrong about that. The students love it because they get new voices, new genuine native speakers to practice listening and speaking with. And it just is a really supportive environment. And I think it's probably my students' favorite activity.
The Reach Center helps serve youth and young adults who are experiencing homelessness with the goal of connecting individuals with housing solutions, employment opportunities, and health and wellness resources. We meet youth where they're at, whether that be in encampments, shelters, or their vehicles. We also have a drop-in space where youth can access computers, resources, and the opportunity to meet with a peer outreach specialist while in a safe and warm space. Unfortunately, there are a high number of LGBTQIA youth facing homelessness. In an effort to create a support network for them, we partner with the Rainbow Center, Coffee Oasis, and Oasis. We also have an on-site LGBTQIA peer outreach specialist for internal support. We also partner with Sumner Bonnie Lake, Bethel, and Puyallup school districts with the hope that we can provide aid to families experiencing housing instability.
My name is Victoria and I'm working at Tacoma Community House as a Ukrainian resource navigator. I'm working with Ukrainians who came here because of a war and they lost everything in their home country and they need to start their life from scratch. I'm here to make them feel welcome and get the help they need. I also share my personal experience because I came to the US not so long ago and I know all challenges and issues they are facing right now. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to give them hope so Ukrainian clients can build their future in a new country.
My family and I fled the bombed out Ukrainian city Mariupol. We stayed alive and that was the main thing. Spring 2022, we arrived to the United States.
When I found TCH, I feel like lost. Recently arrived from Mexico without speaking any English.
I'm from El Salvador and I moved to Washington State in August 2021.
Fell off a skateboard back in 2012.
My life before I found Reach was unstable. I didn't really have great ideas of where I was going to go.
I dropped out of high school and so I had to start from there. And
before I found Reach, I was homeless.
Okay, so I was like in high school. I was like not sure if there weren't enough like job opportunities for me.
People from the TCH helped me not only with education or with English, not only with preparation to a job interview or with food, not only this. They were perfect.
At the beginning, I was looking for the ELA program, and then after quite a few quarters, they moved me to ABE, which is Adult Basic Education.
When you come to Tacoma Community House, you can find many resources. I received, also English classes.
I did the GED program.
The services I received at Reach were funding through the ACT program. They funded all of my housing move-in cost and they were able to get me into secure housing.
And then there's opportunity to get access to employment.
So for me, it was just for the DACA application. I just wanted to make sure that everything was done correctly. And I knew TCH had people that were helping people for a while. So I knew that I could trust them.
It is difficult to describe feeling in this place. You feel so nice, so comfortable that you don't want to leave. When you wake up in the morning and realize that you need to go to the school, but you think, English is today. It will be a perfect day. It will be cool day.
To me, TCH means a lot because they really care. From day one, I love what TCH does with immigrants and refugees. I felt the passion to be part of them.
My experience with Tacoma Community House is really amazing, and I feel this organization is like a home.
I really liked that there was a lot of different people in the classroom. There were young people. I was one of the older people, and I like the fact that we're all back in there with a common goal to better ourselves, and that's what I really liked.
My experience here at REACH was, I was a little scared at first becoming a part of the Youth Action Board member. I wasn't really sure where I'd fit in or how it would go or what exactly it was. But once I become a member of the Youth Action Board, I realized how important it is to become a member of the community and get out there and activate for the youth voices that aren't always able to be uplifted and spoken about.
I've been on the Youth Action Board for now going on 2 years, and ever since then we've done meetings with City Council. We've taken a trip out to Olympia for Advocacy Day. It made me feel like, you know, I was actually contributing to something that was bigger than myself.
So it's actually been a wonderful experience. Like the people that have worked with me, all of them have been like really nice. So aside from TCH helping me with the DACA application, they also helped me with the advance parole, which is like the application to be able to travel like to Mexico, which to me is like really important because I haven't seen like my family in like 20 years. I'm like really excited and thankful. Sorry.
Now I'm recently working in the volunteer organization. We help people with low income to file their tax returns. I'm a tax preparer, I'm a volunteer. My goal for the nearest future is to continue studying, college studies, and of course I dreams about a permanent job.
As soon as I started ABE, which is Adult Basic Education, I knew that I wanted to be part of TCH. After I finished my ABE education, I moved forward to Pierce College. I complete my administration, and I came back and applied for a receptionist. And after 6 months, I was able to move as a financial coach in the employment department, and I definitely love it.
Tacoma Community House helped me to improve my English, get a job, and feel more comfortable nowadays. And now I have the chance to return the help that I received to the community.
After completing the GED program here at TCH, I continued on at Tacoma Community College. And when I finally finished my accounting degree, my accounting professor had emailed me that TCH was hiring an accounting associate.
The last thing I want to add is just how passionate I am about the Youth Action Board and how much the Youth Action Board has impacted me as a person and individual. And I will be able to take the things that I've learned from the Youth Action Board into my future and into my future practices.
I'm currently working at like 2 jobs right now. So far, I'm like happy with what I'm doing and the opportunity that the DACA application like brought to me. It just opened like more doors for me.
My name is Daria.
My name is Mary Vargas.
My name is Marcia Montenegro.
My name is Daniel Watson.
My name is Flora Vasquez.
My name is Aviana McKenna, and my lived experience confirms that
Hope lives here.
That was an amazing video. Thank you again to all the wonderful people that shared their story. I'm Devin Isaacson. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the director at the REACH Center at Tacoma Community House. At REACH, we serve 12 to 24-year-olds who are experiencing homelessness. I know it's tough to hear that someone that young would need housing services, but there's over 800 young people in Pierce County right now experiencing homelessness. They need the support of an organization like REACH, so thank you for being here to support us. In addition to serving youth who are experiencing homelessness, the REACH Center created the Youth Action Board in 2021. It's comprised of youth who have experienced homelessness or are currently experiencing homelessness. They're here today, and I would like to tell them thank you for attending. The Reach Center is unique in that many of our employees actually are youth with lived experience. We have one of those young ladies here today, and I am honored to introduce her to all of you. Naya Harris. Naya is an amazing young woman, and she has graciously agreed to share her story with all of you today. Naya, welcome, and thank you.
Lights are bright. Money is not the only commodity that is fun to give. We can give time, we can give our expertise, we can give our love, we can simply give a smile. What does that cost? The point is, none of us can ever run out of something worthwhile to give. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today. My name is Naya Harris, and I'm the Youth Action Board Coordinator here at REACH. I work with youth aged 12 to 24 with lived experience with homelessness. I assist in elevating their voices around policy change at a system and program level as they reach and maintain their housing goals. I also am a young person navigating my own experience while I do this very important work. I want to spend some time with you guys all today, sharing some of my own experiences with homelessness, the REACH Center, and our illustrious YAB, and how it's all come full circle for me as I do this work. I am a Tacoma native, born and raised, and growing up, it was no secret that we were poor. And I can recall that experience from as far back as my memory goes. Countless shelter stays, bouncing from family member to another, visiting the nice lady with fruit snacks who, unbeknownst to me, was our case manager. Coming home and wondering if the lights were gonna work, or seeing that notice on the door again, which probably meant we were going to have to move abruptly, and I would have to leave my favorite things behind to start over once again. As I got older and gained more awareness of the way that I grew up, I made it my personal mission to not have the same experiences. I dealt with a lot of anger, blaming my parents for the adversities we faced. At 18, my mom and stepdad made the decision to move to Georgia with my younger sister, and I was given the option to move, or stay here. I do what most fresh 18-year-olds would do, and I stayed here and began living on my own. But I learned very quickly that I was not too far off from having those same experiences that I had with my parents on my own. The reality of it all, could my parents have done things to help our situation? Sure, but it's extremely hard when the system is designed to keep oppressed people oppressed. In February 2019, I found out I was pregnant, and I realized that I was gonna have to work even harder for my future and now my child. By May 2019, I had utilized the REACH Center to get my GED and become house, along with genuine mentorship. It looked like things were looking up for me, and I just knew I had broken quite a few generational curses. Something to be proud of. Only if I had knew that I was preparing for some of the worst times of my life so far. Fast forward to August 2021, my family moved back home, and I was elated to be back with everyone, but my mom mainly. She was my best friend and a new grandmother to my daughter. On October 12th, I got a call that my mom had suffered a massive stroke. Unfortunately, 10 days later, after frequent family visits, as the oldest daughter, I made the very difficult decision to withdraw her from life support. If you're lucky, when a parent passes away, you might inherit some property, some savings, a life insurance policy. I got the responsibility to raise my 16-year-old sister while we both grieved. While trying to get adjusted to my new reality of having 2 kids, putting my mother to rest, and simply trying to grieve, I faced a lot of financial hardships and emotional turbulence. During this time, I lost my job and went through an eviction. I started working at REACH on July 7th, and by July 12th, my house was gone. I need tissue. I started this work in the middle of my own housing crisis. Thank you. But I kept my head down and tried to work through the struggles on my own. At this point, I now had an eviction, which was making it impossible to find housing. After talking daily with a very close coworker at the time and now a dear friend, they encouraged me to talk to my director, Devin. Because although I do support the youth and I do this work, I'm a youth and I need support. Devin helped me realize that I'm equally as important as the youth that I served, and I did not deserve to fall through the cracks. Devin was able to connect me. Devin was able to connect me to critical resources. Our ACT team slowly but surely became all hands on deck with my situation. Marlon, who was our program manager, was my case manager at the time handling the eviction. Christopher used a resource called Housing Connector, which was able to connect me to low barrier housing and link me to second chance housing. While others on the team simply gave me encouragement to keep going, which I needed a lot of. I was housed this year, literally last month. I must give a special thank you to all the people I work with who have helped guide my steps along the way, those who answered my very early anxious emails and calls. Marlon and Devin, thank you. Upper management, specifically Devin, for giving me grace and compassion as I lead in this work as a young person myself, as well as navigate my own trials and tribulations. I am very grateful to work with an organization who is so passionate about the work that they do, who every day makes me feel like I'm a part of a family and that there's nothing that they wouldn't do to support one another, and every young person who walks through this door. I feel honored to work for an organization that truly prioritizes the needs of every youth they encounter, who stays engaged in the forever changing needs of youth and keeps youth in the forefront of these conversations as we continue to fight to the end of youth homelessness. The Youth Action Board is a powerful group of 16 members that gives REACH direct insight from youth experiencing homelessness. They are the experts. Their input, advice, expertise drives the way we offer services here in Pierce County, but specifically here at REACH. The YAP has not only shaped me as a person, but as a professional. They have forever changed how I view, interact, and advocate for those around me. They have taught me how to be intentional, more compassionate, and open-minded as I lead. This group is truly the foundation of our programs. I want to take a moment to recognize and thank the YAP for their generosity, passion, and for contributing to a future in which we can end youth homelessness. I wholeheartedly believe that the youth are the experts of their own needs. And if collectively, if we start to create space to allow them to lead, they will lead us to end youth homelessness in Pierce County.
Naya, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for your incredible work. Thank you for elevating the voices of youth experiencing homelessness in our communities and for bringing your vision to address the housing crisis. I know that we have many elected officials here, and I am sure that they paid attention to your words. It really is inspiring what you do, who you are, who your peers are, and you are certainly very inspiring. Now, my friends, we have heard many stories. We have enjoyed each other's companies. We are here to celebrate, to honor, and to support the work that our organization does. TCH is a life-changing resource and the rock, one of the rocks of our community, and I can speak of that personally as my husband was also a client at TCH, and thanks to the work of TCH and Mary, he make sure that I mention Mary, who helped him with his application for citizenship, and he became a citizen on election day 2 years ago and waited 2 hours in line to cast his first vote ever. And he's right there. So this is a resource in our community, is one of the rocks of our community. Our staff pour out their generosity and compassion into those most in need. And now it's also your chance to do that.
Did you think we invited you to a free lunch?
Wait, what?
Yes, now is the time to give. Table captains, please pull those envelopes out, pass it along the table. And I want you all to consider becoming a monthly donor. Monthly donors give us the ability to plan ahead, which is hard to do in this line of work, to ensure a more stable foundation for our organization, and to allow us to invest more fully into our programs and community, to ensure that our communities have the resources and wraparound services that they need to thrive. For those who are willing to become monthly donors, I would like us to show you our gratitude and celebrate with you. So I want you to think for a moment, can you give up a couple coffees a week? What might it look like for you to stretch yourself and give twice what you had planned to give before walking in that door and hearing these stories? So, will you stand with us for immigrants and refugees? Are you all in to end youth homelessness? We are going to do, by a show of hands, who would be willing to make a monthly contribution to Tacoma Community House and the Reach Center. Do we have a couple more hands up? Anyone else willing to become a monthly donor?
Come on.
Let me see your hands up if you would be willing to become a monthly donor for our organization to ensure the sustainability and future of our programs. I want to recognize all of our new monthly donors in the room. Thank you. It is a sign of hope every time we see those monthly donors sign up and we see your names come through monthly. Thank you. It means the absolute world.
And we have good news. We have good news already to share with you. Now, recently, our Director of Development team, who's around there somewhere, and thank you so much for your work, but he let us know that we have a $10,000 matching gift from donors Randy and Joyce Lert. Woo! Thank you, Lert family. Now, this means that we already have the $10,000 already here, right? And it means that today, magically, because of your support to this organization, we are going to turn those $10,000 into 20, right? Yeah. Right? Yes. Yes. I come from the Baptist preaching tradition, so yes, I need the feedback. So, but we also want to recognize the alerts, and thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause for their generosity and their work with us. All this? I mean, part of it, right? Okay, so, you know, we want to kind of share with you a little bit of what it means when you contribute that dollar, that $5, that $10, that $20,000 bill that you want to give to, or check in this case, to the Tacoma Community House and Reach. For those that are able, we would love to receive and hear from you your commitment to give us, what, $5,000? That's nothing. That's nothing for some people and some families. And you know what? A gift of $5,000 that will cover a full month and last month of rent for a homeless youth in our community. Just $5,000. What about $4,000? What do we do with $4,000?
With $4,000, we could do a mini citizenship day and get all of those people on our waiting list applied for citizenship next week.
4,000. See, Amy is learning very quick what it is, and we're so happy.
Thanks, boss.
Just for a little bit longer. And then if you give $2,500, $2,000 and $500, you can support critical staff, staff development trainings to ensure that our visionary staff have the opportunity to extend their impact. And we're always looking for ways to support our amazing staff. So you can be part of that with only $2,500, $2,500.
No amount is too small. So anything that you can give, please know our gratitude, our deep gratitude for your generosity, for being here, for being a volunteer, for supporting the organization, for being a table captain, for joining us. It means the absolute world to see this room so full. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your presence.
What else can we do with your money? With our collective money? We have so much that we can do. We have so many lives that we can transform. See, $200 can support a homeless youth with clothing and outdoor gear, like coats and hats and shoes and sleeping bags. $250 can support a multi-night hotel stay and food for victims of domestic violence and intrafamily violence. And $500 can support a client renewing their lawful permanent residency status, or as we know it, green card. And $1,000 gift supports an aspiring citizen, like my husband was, through 40 hours of citizenship class and exam preparation. And I'm telling you, it's not easy to prepare for that freaking exam. Those of us who took U.S. history class, we don't know half of what the immigrants have to know to pass that exam.
Well, before we turn it back over to our MC tonight, we again want to just thank everyone. I want to also thank our development team, Tim, Amanda, Lottie, Chad. Thank you for orchestrating this absolute incredible event this afternoon. It is a tremendous amount of work. Thank you for making it such a beautiful celebration of our community and for a fantastic success. And as I shared to all of you, your presence means the world. Thank you for being here. And with that, we will turn it over to Mayor Kress for some closing remarks. Thank you.
All right. Can we give each and every one of you a big round of applause, too, into that big directive to just stand up, to be in alignment with what is going on in our communities, to really feel that trust building. And I just think it's so amazing to be on a stage here with you all and to share in community. When you are investing in TCH and REACH and what they do, you are building and strengthening those bonds of trust between where we are and to the marginalized communities that we live in. You are strengthening those bridges. You are building them up so that we can all continue to rise together and cross over those boundaries together, because it is not just one person or two people. It is a village. It is each and every one of us taking a stand, whether it's, again, with $1 or with your time, which is, again, the most precious resource that you can give is your time, because once it's given, you can't get it back. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for giving your hour of your life today to be here with us. And we hope that you'll become a monthly person, to become a volunteer, and just to continue to build that relationship and that trust right here in Tacoma and with our community. So thank you for attending our luncheon today. And please remember to return all donation envelopes to the large manila envelopes at your tables. Have a wonderful afternoon. Take care and God bless you all. Thank you.